You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, we need to talk about former NFL star Earl Thomas here in this video. Now, Earl Thomas is probably going to the Hall of Fame. I mean, he had a tremendous career. Of course, he was a part of the Legion of Boom with the Seattle Seahawks. Won a Super Bowl. He's actually from my hometown area in the Golden Triangle out here in Texas. I'm from Beaumont. He's from Orange. Well, Earl Thomas has his identity stolen. And folks, this gets a little bit more stranger because the person that stole his identity, impersonated himself as Earl Thomas, is actually his ex-wife's boyfriend. Yeah, this is a real thing, guys. This happened, I believe like a few days ago is when this story broke. I just found out about it today. But let's jump over here to NOLA.com because a New Orleans man is the man that actually stole the identity of Earl Thomas. Now, Earl Thomas's ex-wife is from New Orleans. She has not been charged. She hasn't. So apparently she's not actually involved in this scheme, but that kind of makes me scratch my head. Just saying. But let's go ahead and look at this, guys. New Orleans man posed as NFL player Earl Thomas in $1.9 million identity theft scheme. JPSO says a New Orleans man pretended to be former NFL player Earl Thomas III in order to steal money from his bank accounts, cash his NFL checks, and transfer ownership of several vehicles in a $1.9 million identity theft scheme, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office investigators said. Kevin J. Thompson, 38, he is the boyfriend of Earl Thomas's ex-wife, was charged in June on charges including identity theft, forgery, money laundering, credit card fraud, computer fraud, and bank fraud, said Sergeant Brandon Veal, spokesperson for the sheriff's office. Thompson is in a relationship with Thomas's ex-wife, Nina Thomas, who is from New Orleans, according to authorities. But apparently, she had known nothing. Okay. He used a driver's license with his photo, but the NFL player's information to create a phony bank account and transfer vehicle titles, authorities said, including the blue Rolls-Royce Cullinan SUV. He drove to the bank where he was arrested. After being released from jail, he tried to get the Rolls-Royce back from the sheriff's office, authorities said, but he arrived in a car reported stolen in Atlanta and was arrested again. Now, guys, this guy seems to be a career criminal. So how in the world did Earl Thomas's ex-wife get involved with this guy? I'm just wondering here. But it goes on. It says Thomas, 34, a first-round draft pick, played 9 seasons for the Seattle Seahawks as a central member of the team's Legion of Boom defense. The 3-time All-Pro safety won the Super Bowl in 2013 before he transferred to the Baltimore Ravens in 2019. The Ravens cut Thomas in 2020. He had a tumultuous breakup with Nina Thomas, including a 2020 incident in which she was accused of holding him at gunpoint after she found him with another woman in Austin, the Austin American Statesman reported. Wow, I didn't hear about that. She held him at gunpoint. Man, crazy. Sheriff's office investigators say Thompson used a fake driver's license to open an account in Thomas's name at Jefferson Federal Credit Union in May 2022, Bill said. Over the next year, Thompson moved money from Thomas's accounts into phony accounts. At least $700,000 was wired into the Jefferson Federal account, the sheriff's office said. Man, I don't know how this guy did this. How did he actually find out what bank accounts Earl Thomas actually had to even transfer that money. I'm curious about that. That's why I'm wondering, man, about Earl Thomas's ex-wife's role in this. I'm just curious. Thompson would then withdraw cash from the credit union, including a $50,000 withdrawal in May 2023, authorities said. He is accused of depositing the players' NFL checks into fraudulent accounts. He also stole a large amount of money from the players' retirement account, Bill said. Man, it seems like this guy, man, should be doing life in prison, man. Still, that's a whole bunch of assets to lose, man. Almost $2 million. But it goes on. It says, but the scam wasn't limited to bank accounts, according to authorities. Thompson is accused of stealing or using the fake identity to transfer ownership of several vehicles owned, Bill said. Thompson then sold Thomas's vehicles, pocketing the cash, authorities said. It's not clear how Thomas got physical possession of the vehicles. That is still under investigation, the sheriff's office said. Now, that's what I'm curious about. How in the world did he actually get the actual vehicles? That's what I'm curious about. That's why I'm wondering, man, what role his ex-wife actually played in this. I'm curious about that. Thomas's credit union in Texas contacted officials at Jefferson Financial in June to notify them about the suspicious activity, authorities said. Management at Jefferson Financial reached out to the sheriff's office on June 8 after they determined the person who opened an account was not Earl Thomas III, according to the sheriff's office. Thompson was arrested the next day at Jefferson Financial's Harvey branch, 1520 West Bank Expressway, Bill said. When arrested, he was driving the blue Rolls-Royce SUV that he had transferred out of Thomas's name, Bill said. After Thompson's release from the Jefferson Parish Correctional Center in Gretna, he went to the sheriff's office on June 16th to try and retrieve the vehicle. Man, this guy is pretty bold right here. He is pretty bold. But he arrived at the investigation bureau in a 2022 Chevrolet Corvette, reported stolen out of Atlanta. Man, authorities said. Thompson was arrested again and booked with possession of stolen property and altering a vehicle identification number. Federal investigators are also involved in the case, which includes financial dealings in Thomas's home state of Texas, according to authorities. Additional charges are possible, Bill said. No one else has been arrested in connection with the investigation, Bill said. Thompson is free on a $730,000 bond. His attorney, Jeffrey Smith, declined to comment Tuesday. My goodness, man. My goodness. And this man, as of right now, is back out there on the street. Completely stole the identity of Earl Thomas. Stole almost $2 million in cash and assets. The man was actually taking his game checks. How did that even happen, man? Now, Earl Thomas, I'm pretty sure, making a whole bunch of money, so he may not actually be involved with, the ins and out of all his money moving around. Maybe he actually has accountants or something like that. But if I'm missing like game checks, that's like your paycheck from your job, I'm going to be like, wait a minute, what? This is wild right here, man. This is really, really wild right here. Definitely sounds like this guy should be under the jail, and the authorities really need to have a conversation with Earl Thomas's ex-wife, because this is astonishing, man, that her boyfriend is the one that steals the identity of Earl Thomas, gets possession of his physical vehicles, but she's not involved. Yeah, just saying, man. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.